Hearts kicked off their European campaign with a big win to end an 18-game winless streak, but unfortunately for the old firm, they couldn't say the same as the bullies of Scotland got bullied this week in the Champions and Europa League respectively. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football for the European Review Show. Normally Celtic and Rangers are doing the damage domestically, but this midweek they got a lot of damage done to them, unfortunately, and it didn't finish well. Celtic losing 7-1 to Dortmund, Rangers losing 4-1 to Lyon on aggregate. It was 11-2, the old firm loss. So just really, really embarrassing, and it kind of shows you where Scottish football is. Last couple of weeks, people getting excited, oh, Scottish football's doing well, but once we play the big teams, once we play the top teams in these respective competitions, you know, we get brought down to reality with a bang. And it'll probably happen to Hearts when they take on the better teams in the Europa Conference League. But we'll talk all about those leagues when we get there. First, we'll start with the Champions League. And Miovski made his debut, his Champions League debut for Girona, but he didn't get off to a good start as his Girona side lost. So, yeah, not good there, but Miovski, at least he can say he made it into the Champions League, something he probably wouldn't have done at Aberdeen. Liverpool had a 2-0 win over Bologna. Comfortable win in the end, and a difficult tie there. I expected Liverpool to win, and they did win. They didn't blow them away, but they got the victory, so that's the main thing. Juventus won a 5-goal thriller against RB Leipzig. Atletico Madrid, this is a bit of a surprise here. I'm not surprised that Benfica won, because Benfica are a good team. But nobody surely would have predicted Benfica to win by 4-0. That is insane. Massive win there for Benfica. Lille probably had one of the upsets of the rounds when they defeated Real Madrid by 1-0. Aston Villa defeated Bayern Munich by 1-0. A goal from Duran. Aston Villa actually scored twice in this game. First one was given offside. I mean, it was marginal. Second one was also marginal, but they gave it, and it's a historic win for Aston Villa. Martinez had to make a couple of good saves, but in the end, Villa got the win. And, it's a bit of a shock as well, because Bayern Munich last week when they played, or 2 weeks ago, they won 9-2. They looked great. They were top of the table. And obviously, they're not top of the table anymore. So, this Champions League is looking pretty wide open. We have Sturm Graz also losing to Club Brugge in the other game there. Then on Tuesday, this Tuesday, we'll go back and see the rest of the game. So it was Salzburg 0, Brest 4. We had Inter Milan also winning 4-0. Barcelona defeated Young Boys. Leverkusen defeated Milan. Man City beating Slovan Bratislava by only 4-0. Now Celtic beat them by 5-1. So the same amount of goals. Man City beat Bratislava by Celtic matched that. So maybe that Celtic result, I know people were trying to play it down, suggesting that it wasn't that good and that they beat a really poor side. I'm not saying that Bratislava aren't a poor side, but maybe they're not that bad after all, considering Man City only beat them by 4-0. Arsenal defeated PSG 2-0. I expected an Arsenal win, and they got it. And then, of course, the game that we really want to talk about, Dortmund 7, Celtic 1. So, obviously, did a match review of this. The first half was pretty embarrassing. Celtic were just not there. And it's strange because, after 5, 6, 7 minutes, it was 1-1, and you thought, you know what, this could be a really close game. This could be back and forth. Celtic could be up for this. Celtic have showed that they can score early. They can retaliate. And I thought, honestly, when Celtic retaliated straight away, I thought they were going to give Dortmund a game. I thought they responded great. It's the best possible response you could get. Dortmund take an early lead, Celtic answer them straight away. But then it just turned into the Dortmund show, and I don't know what happened to Celtic, but they certainly weren't good enough. A lot of their key players just didn't turn up. Taylor is always questions, is he good enough at this level? And those questions will be asked again. You got Cal McGregor, the captain, who was one of the worst performing players on the pitch, done nothing. The new £11 million man Engels didn't look like £1 million in this game. And I wonder if he's thinking, God, did I really leave the Bundesliga to come to Scotland when this is, the kind of level that we're playing at? I mean, Dortmund deserved their win. They could have scored more. It was a really bad performance for Celtic. Brendan Rodgers came out and said that he's got no regrets, that he isn't going to change anything. I think he has to change something because he has shown time and time again that he just doesn't have what it takes in the Champions League playing the way he wants to play. He cannot go out and try to attack teams and play his style. It just doesn't work. His barrage ball, or whatever he wants to call it. You have to set up differently when you're taking on teams like this and you've got a lot less quality. I mean, it's not difficult to comprehend. I think an elite manager would change up a little bit. Brendan Rodgers is called an elite manager, but I'm not convinced that he is, because time and time again, we see him get embarrassed in Europe. And 7-1, 7-0, another 7-1 and a 6-0, I think, is his scorelines. This is not the worst, but it's his joint second worst result in Europe. And I believe Celtic set a record for the most goals conceded in an opening half in the Champions League history. So, yeah, not great there. Celtic losing by 7-1. Now, you could say that it's not a disaster, because after 2 games, Celtic would have expected to be on 3 points. And you know what? I would agree with that. But the disappointing thing is, they did so well to win the first game by 5-1. They got ahead in the goal difference, and then they just gave it all away in the next game. Had they lost 2-1, 3-1 to Dortmund, I don't think anyone would really be that upset. Obviously, you're disappointed to lose, but you would expect to lose, and at least, you'd still be in a healthy position. But now Celtic already, after match day 2, they're negative in the goal difference despite winning 5-1 in the opening game. So they haven't done themselves any favours. We will look at the Champions League table, and Dortmund lead the way. So, I mean, at least Celtic can maybe argue that they've lost to currently the best team in Europe. Is that? Can you say that? Is that a possibility? Maybe. We have Brest up there in 6th place. So, second place on 6 points. They're doing well. Benfica, Leverkusen, Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Juventus are the other teams with a 100% record. So 7 teams so far are 2 out of 2 when it comes to the Champions League. We then have Man City in 8th in that other guaranteed spot. Then down in 13th, we've got Arsenal. Bayern Munich, after their defeat, are down in 15th. Got Barcelona in 16th, Real Madrid in 17th. Look at that. Bayern, Barca, and Real Madrid in 17th, 16th, and 15th, respectively. Mental. Absolutely mental. Further down, we've got Celtic in 20th. So, as of right now, Celtic would still qualify for the playoffs. They're in 20th place, so it is what it is. Goal difference. See, had Celtic lost, let's say, for example, Celtic lost what? 3-1 to Dortmund. They would have been on +2. So Celtic would be in 17th place. So it does show you that goal difference can literally, get you 3 or 4 places up this league table. And people will definitely, when it comes to the final match day, when it comes to 8 games being played, there will be some teams that miss out. 100%. Due to how big this league is, teams will miss out due to goal difference. And let's just hope Celtic aren't one of those teams. I think it's crucial that you don't get destroyed in this competition with the new format. Different in a group of 4. It's, it could finish level, but it's not likely. However, when you've got 36 teams in a group, there's a very, very good chance that when you finish the 8 games, you will be level on points with multiple teams, not just 1 or 2, multiple teams. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Then the bottom, we have Young Boys, Slovan Bratislava, basically all the shite. AC Milan not off to a good start, lost their first 2 games. Miovski's Girona not off to a good start either, losing their first 2 games. So, yeah, some teams here definitely need to improve. And they probably will improve. We'll have to wait and see. Right, let's move in to the Europa League. Europa League, that's up next. So, obviously this week, Thursday nights there was no Tuesday and Wednesday. All the games were played on a Thursday. Some noticeable results. Lazio beating Nice by 4-1. Big win for Lazio. Anderlecht beating Real Sociedad 2-1. That's an upset. Tottenham only defeating Ferencváros by 2-1. I think Ange played a lot of young boys in that game. Galatasaray 2, RFS 2. RFS pushing above their weight in that one. What else have we got here? We've got Malmo got off to a win in their second game after losing to Rangers. Porto 3, Man United 3. Interesting game. So Man United were 2-0 up in that one. Porto Porto pulled it back and went 3-2 up, only for Man United to get the equaliser. So, did that equaliser perhaps save, I was about to say Clement there, Erik Ten Hag's job? I don't know if it saved his job, but it certainly eased a bit of tension. Had Man United lost tonight, been 2-0 up, surely there would have been even more pressure on Ten Hag to go. But in the end, they rescued a point. But when you're 2-0 up and you draw 3-3, it doesn't really feel like you've rescued a point. You know, it kind of feels like you've chucked 3 points away. But Man United did get the draw. Rangers losing to Lyon by 4-1. I actually thought Rangers didn't play that bad today. I thought they were decent, but Lyon were just different quality. Lyon going forward with Fofana, Lacazette and Chikira, just amazing. And honestly, as well as I think Rangers played to an extent, like I said, I thought it was a little bit harsh on Rangers because I thought they were decent, but Lyon should have won this game by a lot more, which is strange, but I guess two things can be true at the same time. Lyon were different quality though. Just that when Lyon got forward, Rangers had more shots than Lyon, but Lyon's quality was just at a different level. And yeah, like I said, they were a bit wasteful though, to be honest, in the second half, or else they would have added at least a few more goals here. So Rangers, again, similar to Celtic, 2-0 win in their opening game. Then at home against Lyon. I don't think Rangers fans or Rangers would have been devastated had they lost this game narrowly, but to lose it by 4-1, you're just throwing away your hard-earned goal difference in the opening game. So definitely disappointing there from a Rangers perspective. What else have we got? Elfsborg beating Roma. I mean, that's a bit of a shock there. Didn't really expect that. Elfsborg beating Roma by 1-0. As I take a drink of my fucking cold tea. 21, Fenerbahce 1. And I think that's it when it comes to the Europa League. Union Saint, whatever they're called, drew with Bodo Glimt. Athletic Club beating Acer Alkmaar. And that appears to be it. So we'll move on. Let's have a look then at the league table. Lazio leading the way with 6 points. Lyon in second with 6 points. No surprise that the two teams that have battered the old firm are close to the top of the tables. Dortmund at the very top. Lyon sitting in second. Got Tottenham in third place with 6 points. Right, let's go down then. Let's see what it's looking like. Where are Rangers after that defeat? 17th. So Rangers still in 17th. But again, goal difference could play a big part because, you know, had Rangers got worse goal difference, they could be down in 20th. So you can see all these teams are on the same amount of points here. I do think it's going to be crucial. Rangers, though, are ahead of Malmo, who they beat in day one, but it's level pretty much because they've got the same amount of points and the same amount of goal difference. So, yeah. Jesus Christ, I'm about to choke, man. What's happening here? I don't think I can believe it that Hearts actually won. I can barely speak. Right, here we go. Let's get further down. Porto are just hanging in there in 24th spot. Roma, currently in the elimination places. Not good for them. Dynamo Kiev in there. Besiktas. So, yeah, you can see a lot of the shite teams here in the bottom, bottom 12 that get eliminated. So, no surprise really. Although Real Sociedad and Roma, surely they won't finish there. Nice as well. Those teams are too good to be eliminated. I think they will move up the league table over the next couple of match days. But now we will look at the Europa Conference League. So, lots of British and Irish interest in this one. We'll kick off with Molde versus Larne. I actually watched this game. I was watching two games at the same time. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying 100% attention to the Larne game, but I was keeping an eye on it when I could. I thought they were unlucky. Larne got into half-time at 0-0, and even though they weren't offering anything going forward, they were decent defensively, so, I mean, fair play to them. But Molde did get a goal early in the first half, pretty lazy defending for Larne, just a long ball out wide. Molde then crossed it in. The Larne defenders didn't go for it. I guess they thought it was maybe going to go out for a goal kick, but Molde kept it in, and then it was a decent finish to put them 1-0 up, and then they made it 2 and 3 late on. Even though Larne didn't really offer much, they were toothless going forward. I felt they defended well, and I think 3-0 was a bit harsh, but the better team won, so it is what it is. Legia Warsaw beat Real Betis, bit of a strange one there. What else have we got? We've got Cercle Bruges, a 6-2 win over St Gallen. So Cercle Bruges, we've seen them lose to Kelly Or did they beat Kelly? Did they beat Kelly? Oh, they beat Kelly, but it was close. So, yeah, not a lot in it. Astana, 1-0. What else have we got? Dynamo Minsk, Hearts. So, yeah, let's talk about that. Hearts then getting a massive win. Hearts came into this game without a win in 18 matches. Now, I know that Stephen Naismith got sacked after the 17th game. I get that. The 17th game without a win, Naismith was let go. I understand. He's not to blame for the full 18. But still, let's take the last one away. 17 matches without a win. How was he allowed to stay in the job that long? Honestly, to me, that makes Hearts feel like a tin pot club. That makes Hearts feel like they're bottom of the barrel. How can you go, arguably the third biggest club in Scotland, and before a ball was kicked this season, pretty much everyone would agree Hearts had the third best squad. And I still think they do have the third best squad. A squad just doesn't turn shite in the space of like a couple of months. So I still think Hearts have got the third best squad overall. But obviously they're not playing like the third best team. But how do you go 17 games without a win? That just doesn't seem possible. And not get sacked. I just don't get it. Honestly, man. I don't understand it. I don't know what Stephen Naismith had. Whether he had dirt on the club or something like that. He's blackmailing the club. I don't know what he was doing. Finally, though, they got rid of him. Liam Fox has come in. He's been the caretaker manager for 2 games. Picked up a win against Ross County. And then picked up this big win against Dynamo Minsk. But it wasn't easy. You know, it was a 50-50 game. And it could have went either way. Dynamo Minsk took the lead with Alfred. Decent finish. Craig Gordon had no chance. Hearts equalised about 15 minutes later with an own goal. Not the most glamorous goal, but when you're getting beat and you haven't won in 18 games, then you'll take any sort of goal, trust me. And then late on, it was Jan Danda who just headed it home for about 6 yards. Shankland, ball came in. Shankland could have went for goal, but he cushion headed it to Danda. Unselfish play there from Shankland. It's exactly what we needed. Because Shankland being, a striker and having that goal-scoring instinct, he could have easily went for goal himself here. But he spotted Danda in a much better position. He got the cushion header to him, and Danda finished it to give Hearts a win in the 94th minute. So, fantastic there. Delighted with the result. And, brilliant. So, let's just move on to the rest of the results here. Chelsea 4, Ghent 2. Fiorentina 2, the New Saints 0. This game actually, so I watched the highlights of this. The New Saints got to the 65th minute without conceding a goal. And both Fiorentina's goals were deflections. So the New Saints were extremely unlucky here. Now, UEFA uploaded the highlights package and they said it was a comfortable win for Fiorentina. I'm telling you, that's not comfortable. It's comfortable in a sense that maybe the New Saints were never going to win. But that's a disappointing result. The New Saints will be happy with that. Most people had Fiorentina putting about 5, 6, 7 goals past the New Saints. The fact that the New Saints held out to the 65th minute and the 2 goals that they conceded were unlucky due to deflections, that's a massive win for the New Saints. They've done themselves proud there. So, aye, let's give credit to the New Saints. And then lastly, Shamrock Rovers. Apparently this game was supposed to be on TV. I tried to find it, couldn't get it. So, I don't know if that's a me problem or whether it's a, network problem or whatever, provider problem, but I couldn't find this game at all. And I thought it was pretty poor because I thought they were going to cover all the UK and Irish teams. Shamrock Rovers, though, a good result against Apolli, 1-1. We did go down to 10 men, but, they'd probably take that even though they're at home. It's a solid result, and it gets my point in the opening game. So, I think that's a decent point for Shamrock Rovers. As we will look at the Europa Conference League table, we can see Cercle Bruges in on top of that, so they're doing alright, leading the way. Chelsea in 6th place. Hearts, despite winning, they're not in the top 8, but I'll take the win. I'm not too upset about that, so Hearts in 10th, and hopefully we can stay there. What else have we got? We have... Where's all the other teams? Shamrock Rovers in 20th. We had a draw, so they're doing okay. Then we have to go down further. The New Saints in 30th. They need to improve on that. And Larne are in 33rd place. So, not great for the Northern Irish and Welsh teams. I do believe they will finish in these relegation elimination places. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I don't really see those teams making a go of it, unlike Shamrock Rovers, who I think might have enough quality to sneak a place in the top 24. It's an early prediction. I'm sticking by it. I've already said that. I think they've got a bit more quality. So we'll see. We'll see if they can do it or not. But I'm happy with Hearts getting the win. Big result. Needed that. Hopefully now they can carry that on domestically. Taking on Aberdeen here at the weekend. A chance for Hearts to derail that sheep party. As for Celtic and Rangers, bad results. But, I mean, they're both doing well. I think if you offered both Celtic and Rangers 3 points after 2 games, they would have took it. Maybe not so much Rangers. Maybe they thought they could have got more than 3. But I think Celtic would have definitely took 3. And I don't think 3 is a bad, points tally for Rangers after 2 games, considering who they're playing. It's just the heavy defeats that were really disappointing. But it is what it is. Those kind of defeats are going to happen in Europe. So get used to it. I tell you what, it won't be the last heavy defeat that Rangers and Celtic get in this competition. And I'm sure Hearts will get a heavy defeat too at some point. It's just going to happen because Scottish teams, unfortunately, when it comes to Europe, are way behind. We're not the top dogs in either be Champions League, Europa League, or Europa Conference League. So it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that's it. Leave a like, leave a comment. I fucking feel like I've been choking this entire fid. I think I need a drink, a celebration drink. Hearts are winning. Hearts are back on top. So looking forward to the weekend. Hopefully we can wipe the smile off Aberdeen's faces. But here, bad week for the coefficient. Hearts did get a win, but it's wait, we didn't even look at the coefficient. Let's check that shit out. Can't believe I do all this bragging about the coefficient cup and haven't even looked at it. So obviously this week Hearts getting that win, move on to 2 points. But Celtic and Rangers obviously both losing, don't add anything to their tally as of now. So you can see we're currently on an average of 3.4 after picking up 17 points so far. We will add to that. Surely that number will go up. And honestly, with how bad we're performing right now in the coefficients, we need that number to go up. So hopefully next time out, Celtic, Rangers, Hearts can all pick up wins. Fingers crossed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment. And until next time, being Fog Football, thanks for watching and peace.